What's up, everybody? This is Adam, and that was yesterday. 'Cause yesterday, all my troubles seemed so far away. Just playing to show you guys that I'm keeping up with the harmonica, and it's still bringing me joy, and whew, I'm winded after that. It's tough. It wasn't the greatest, but I'm getting there. I'm working on getting good. And this is Tales of Inspiration. I'm Adam. I just wanted to come talk to you today about a documentary I saw on Netflix about Bill Murray. And just like the song Yesterday, All My Troubles Seemed So Far Away, it was a great documentary. Since I got to LA, I heard a bunch of random stories about Bill Murray. Not a bunch, but a few random stories about Bill Murray meeting people randomly on a subway or just some place that you wouldn't think of, and there wasn't really anybody else around, and he would walk up to them, shake their hand, say something, and then he would tell them, "Nobody's ever gonna believe you." And these people would tell their stories, and I looked it up online to see if it was true, and I seen a few of the stories that I think somebody just combined a bunch of the random stories they heard and tried to make it like it was their own wild adventure with Bill Murray. But I'm guessing after I watched this thing that a lot of them are pretty true. And the main thing is I liked it a lot because Bill Murray, just like in a lot of his movies, he talks about in the end and in like life, a lot of things that just doesn't really matter. Like, you gotta live in the moment. You gotta enjoy what's going on. And somebody talked to him, asked him kind of why he does stuff like that. And he said something that he likes to bring joy to people. He sees a lot of people. He says that people are asleep. Pretty much he's talking about like being on your phone, just not connected, just not paying attention to anything. And he likes to do this because it kind of wakes people up. It brings them out of that sleep and into the real world, or into that moment, because he said he would like people to do that for him if they ever saw him just walking through life. So I think that's a great thing that he does. I think it's amazing. If those stories are fake or true, whether or not, it's just amazing, and it reminds people just to live in the moment, to enjoy what's going on with you, that it doesn't really matter because things happen to you. And there's another little story that I liked that was awesome. It was about this guy. He has a horse, and his horse, it runs away. It's like a prize horse. It runs away. The neighbor comes up to him, and then the neighbor says, "Oh man, that's bad news. I'm sorry to hear about your horse." And the guy says, "We don't know if it's good or bad." And then the next day, the horse comes back and has like bunch of feral horses with it. So now not only is it this stud prize horse, it has all these feral horses with it. And the neighbor comes and he's like, "Oh wow, that's great news. Your horse came back. You have all these extra horses, and you're gonna be rich and all this." And he says, "We don't know if it's good or bad." And then so his son's riding the horses. He falls off, breaks his leg. And then the neighbor comes again. He's like, "Oh man, I'm sorry to hear about your son." He says, "Well, we don't know if it's good or bad." And then the next day, the army's coming to recruit people, doing the draft, and they don't take his son because he has a broken leg. And well, kind of the moral of the story is we don't know whether things are good or bad. They kind of just happen, and we got to make the best of them. It's how we look at it. It's all a matter of perspective. And if we can make the best of every situation, even bad ones, then I think that's a good starting point to leading a good, healthy, happy life. And who doesn't want to be happy? So, you know, in the end, a lot of stuff, whether it's good or bad, just doesn't really matter, because once it passes, we just got to live in the future and not the past. Not the future. We got to live in the present and not the past. We don't have to live in the future or the past, but live in the present, be in that moment. And yeah, of course, it's good to think about the past and the future, but just don't get too consumed by it, and enjoy what's going on around you, enjoy what you're doing, and hopefully you could inspire other people to have that kind of thinking, and hopefully make something great happen and enjoy a happy and well-lived life, and be like Bill Murray, you know, whenever you have an opportunity, make the best of it. So this is Adam and Tales of Inspiration, and I will see you guys next time.